Kia ora koutou, ko Angela Caves toka ingoa, no mai haere mai. Welcome to the Bay of Plenty Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. My name is Angela Caves and I'm the Partnership and Events Lead with Digital Boost. It is my pleasure to be hosting you this afternoon. Welcome to our audience who have joined us in the webinar. Thank you for tuning in to hear about the breadth of support available to the Bay of Plenty business community. On the webinar with me this afternoon, I have Gino, who's an Employment Liaison Advisor from Connected, and Connected is our collaborating partner for this conference. Gino is going to take us through some webinar housekeeping and then introduce this session's presenter. Thanks, Gino.
Awesome. Tēnā tātou katoa, ko Gino Takuingoa. I'm the Employment Liaison Advisor covering the Rotorua, Tokoroa and Taupua clusters. Just a bit of housekeeping as mentioned. You can see and hear us today, which is perfect. And you can also interact with us using the chat function or the Q&A function at the bottom of your screens there. And we'll read those and field those questions as we get to them. This session is also being recorded and uploaded to a YouTube playlist on the Digital Boost channel for post-event viewing. All registered attendees will be provided a link to this via email. So now it's my pleasure to introduce you guys all to Miriam of the Chamber and Future Concepts. So she's going to have a presentation and show us what she's doing here. So over to you, mate.
Tēnā koutou katoa. My name is Miriam Hewson. I will try and share my screen with you. If that, hopefully that will be working. Here we go. Just a quick intro. I am on the Chamber, the Rotorua Business Chamber Board, which gives me a great pleasure today to show you a little bit about the Rotorua Business Chamber, what it can do for your business, but also give you a perspective as an actual member. As I always also have a business called Future Concepts, which offers accounting services. And I am also a provider for the regional business partners and the service provider for the business clinic, all run by the Chamber. And I will go through all of that today. Now, let me just make sure this is moving for me. Here we are. So there's some key areas that the Rotorua Business Chamber is offering for the services. And there's one in particular that often goes behind the scenes and unseen by our members. And to be honest, we could probably be a little bit better of showcasing this, but today is a good opportunity for me to do so. And obviously one of the key aspects of the Rotorua Business Chamber is advocacy. So what that means is that really we advocate on behalf of our members on local issues, on local government and central government level. So there are some screenshots of example letters that we have sent to our Prime Minister and various other ministers on some recent issues that we have basically dealt with as a community, not just in business, but as a whole. And so obviously we are sharing our concerns that comes from feedback, obviously through you, through our members or our business community, but also how that impacts us as a, as locals in Rotorua. So a couple of examples here is how we address some of these issues that we had with MIQ, as well as recovering Rotorua's mana, and that was particularly around our transitional housing, and things like that. So as I said, this work goes behind the scenes often, and what I will say here is and it's really important to note that the Rotorua Business Chamber is an independent organisation. We do not have any political ties. However, we are very happy to have really good relationships with our local council and other government agencies. We have regular meetings with our council, with the prior one as well as the new one. So we're really happy and fortunate that we're able to continue these regular chats and catch-ups. And it also gives us a little bit of an insight of the longer term planning that's happening within Rotorua, and can make informed decisions when we talk to our members and vice versa. So we always like to hear what it is that you would like us to tackle on your behalf. Another very important aspect, sorry, I just a bit trigger happy here, is celebrating success. So one of the biggest calendar events in Rotorua is obviously the Tompkins Wake Business Excellence Awards. And, you know, it's actually the biggest business award celebration in the country. And again, I don't think many people know that. Here in Rotorua, we are very good at celebrating. And to be fair, after the challenges that we had in the past years, the 2022 Business Awards was our biggest yet. We had over 830 delegates attending. We had over 80 entries in the 18 different award categories, and 50 finalists. So just to talk a little bit about the process of perhaps entering and things, if you're a business, you don't have to be a member of the chamber to enter. Also, you don't have to be a super established or large business. It's a really beautiful way of getting your business exposed, of telling people who you are and what you do. And it actually levels the playing field in our business community. I remember last year, we had so many different businesses that I didn't hear about before. And, you know, as a finalist, you actually receive a free membership for 12 months if you're not already a member. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to mention here also our sponsors. As you know, the Rotorua Business Chamber is a non-for-profit organisation, and without our sponsors, we are not able to bring you all the services that that we, you know, enable our clients to sort of get their business back on track and to better and grow. So kudos to that. Also, if you would like to be a sponsor, get in touch with us. We're always keen. There's different things available. Just a little plug here. But yeah, overall, our business awards are an excellent way to celebrate, lift your spirits. But not only that, it's a great way to have a little closer look into your business and look at your processes, how you do things, where you might need some improvement. So it's all a way to highlight where you're really good and also where there are areas of improvement for your own business. Now, civic affairs is another aspect of what we do. And what I mean by that, it's I guess similar to advocacy, but we are really having our finger on the pulse when it comes to different areas such as housing and the CBD rebuild. You may know we are facilitating the local government elections, have done so for the past few years or every time when the election was on. We also look at the long-term planning for the council, well, not for the council, but we are able to have a look into it, and that also includes referendums. We are also a partner with Rotorua in New Zealand in the Rotorua Business Pulse, which we had 2 of, and that's a survey where we really gather the information and general senses of our business community to see what keeps them up at night, what are the things that they're struggling with, what they would like council or government agencies to do better or faster to enable them to do business in a better and more effective and timely way. So these are all ways for us to gather where we need to focus our attention and energy, and ultimately bring you the best service that there's available. Now, employment is another big part, and obviously there are a lot of different agencies out there that help with that particular matter. We are an employer advocate, so we are basically going out there to our members or non-members, to businesses as a whole, and we actively interviewing our employers and saying, okay, who do you need? What skill set are you after? And to be honest, these are entry level all the way to specialized level roles that we're trying then to match from the employment market. We obviously partner up with the likes of MSD, and we are also partnering up with Cadet Mix, and the Rotorua Business Chamber has just recently employed their very own recruit. Cadet Mix is an organization that helps our youth, I guess from the ages from 16 to 24 into employment. So they basically make them ready help them with their CVs, get them interview ready. And I remember I was part of an interview scenario once where, you know, business owners were asked to attend, and then you had cadets that basically came through and practiced their interview skills, and were able to distribute their CVs across the board, which was really good. And we had really good outcomes. So some of us actually employed people that way as well. So Bridges to Work is the program called, where we advocate for employers and really try and match the right person to the right business. The Business Clinic is another one I'd like to mention, which is a partnership with MSD, whereby people on an income tested benefit are able to apply for funding. They then get referred to us or the Business Clinic service provider, which, as I mentioned earlier, currently I'm the one that provides that service for the Business Chamber. And we help them create a business plan that is sound, that has mentoring wrapped all around it. So we talk about all the different areas from your business idea all the way through the launch, and bring that together in a comprehensive business plan that is then submitted to MSD. And should the applicant be successful, they receive a $10,000 startup grant along with a nice 6-month flexi wage to help them up and running. But also to note here is that there is continuous support from the Business Clinic throughout, you know, not just the business plan, but also availability after that. So it's been really rewarding, this work, and we had some really good success, and businesses are up and running and successful. So it's a really great outcome. Okay, so this is something I'm very proud of, sustainable business, and I got to mention here too that sustainability is not just about recycling your waste. It's all about well-being, the culture within your business. It's how we can future-proof our businesses in different ways, whether that's how you operate, what material you use, how you obviously deal with waste management internally. And we are partnering up in this area with the Rotorua Sustainable Charter. And they are providing a program for businesses to learn a little bit more about what they can do, how they can calculate their carbon credits and so forth. And I just want to give you a little bit of an insight from the other side of the spectrum. As I said, I'm also a business member of the Rotorua Business Chamber, and I have gone through this program with the Rotorua Sustainable Charter. As an accountant, I thought, okay, all I can do really is go paperless, which I've done. And I wasn't really aware of what else, you know, was included. So it was a really nice way of easing my own business into that process, but also make a longer term plan. And to be fair, it's realistic. It's really relevant for my business. So we're not coming up with this massive procedure or transition that I have to go through. Really one step at a time. It was really nice to have that support. Also, this service is 50% funded by the Regional Business Partners Network. If the criteria are met by your business, and I'll talk about this a little bit later. But we are constantly pushing forward with sustainability. There is a Bay Forward project that our CEO Bryce has, you know, put on its feet, which, you know, COVID has sort of restricted that to go, you know, sort of reach momentum. But one of our strategies this year for the Rotorua Business Chamber is definitely to push this area further and make it available and accessible for our members as well. Okay, this is probably one of the things that people get most excited about, being a chamber member. And we have massive savings on the cards with these providers that you can see in front of me. Our alliance partners, we have Bunnings Trade, Airpoints, Tapita 7, No Lemming, Office Mix, Zeep, and 2 Degrees. But also you get member-to-member benefits. So as a member of the chamber, I can say that anyone that wants to engage in my services get a 10% discount. And so we've got a big booklet, and it's also on our website on how you can save and who's taking part. And so it's a really good way to do business with each other, and you know, save a few bucks and also create good relationships. So obviously you have to have the perks of know the other members as well, and them being able to access you as well and your services and products. No lemming, I just want to say, is really awesome. Every time I go in there, I've got my membership fee out, so it's really awesome. You know, really awesome to save a lot of money there, and we really thank these organizations and businesses to be part of this. It really makes life a lot easier. All right, networking events. So probably the most significant function of any chamber is the networking. So we have access and relationships with a lot of different agencies, other businesses. So whatever you need, we most likely can guide you into the direction of getting those needs met. Some of the networking events that we host are Businesses After 5. So they are currently every 2 weeks. We have got Women in Business events, which is probably our biggest event of the month, or fortnight, every 2 months. And we have up to 60 women attending those, and it's really nice to be part of that. We have the Westpac Smarts, and I just want to also acknowledge Westpac for sponsoring the speaker series. On this note, our next one coming up here is on the 9th of March. And we have the Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, Christian Hawkesby, and he will be talking about the 2023 economic outlook. So this is one not to be missed. Make sure you register. It's really nice to get these higher profile speakers as they have sort of an overview of everything that's going on, not just locally. And so it gives us an idea of how we can position our strategy and what we think would benefit our members the most. Other events that we host is a business connection breakfasts, often hosted at Te Puia, which is a wonderful location to be. And as I said, the Tompkins Wake Business Excellence Awards once a year. And a very new addition this year is the Chamber Month, which is in March. I will talk about this in a little bit more detail. But be sure you come along and you connect. It's a great way to meet other businesses. It's a great way to connect. I remember when I first started my business, I became a member of the Chamber, and my business grew at a rate that I couldn't have imagined, simply because I exposed myself. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward, but I promise you, if you're not sort of the outgoing type, you'll be looked after by the Chamber staff, but also our board members. And it's a really great way to connect and share your contact details as well. So here are some of the events that are coming up in the next month. We've got the next Business After 5, which is also sponsored by NZME, and that's the Chamber Month launch, which I've just mentioned earlier. We have a golf tournament, the Westpac Smarts as mentioned, then we've got another BA5 at Torpedo 7, and so forth. So make sure you register on our website and come along and check it out. And let us know that you're new. So when you register, just don't be scared to reach out and say, hey, I'm a little bit, not sure. Bring a mate, like, don't be scared. We're not that bad. Okay, so the Chamber Month launch, I just want to go a little bit more into detail. It's something that we've done years and years and years ago, and we've decided to bring that back. We have Jono and Ben come along. It's at the Pullman in Rotorua, our only 5-star hotel in town. And yeah, come along. What you will learn there is some special benefits and membership fees apply for the month. And also we have some member introductions benefits, such as bring a friend. So just come along, learn about us, learn about what we do, and how we do it. And lastly, I want to talk to you about the Regional Business Partner Network. We have a regional growth advisor in our office, Charlie Windell, and the Regional Business Partner Network enables you to get mentoring in the different areas of business. So it is designed to grow your business capabilities in the different areas such as marketing, finance, or how to read your financial statements, leadership, how to export, managing your resources, and so forth. So the little slide here in front of you will show you all the different areas that are covered. There are some criteria that need to be met, and that enables you to get up to 50% funding, as I mentioned earlier, with the program that the Rotorua Sustainable Charter is offering. So these criteria that need to be met, and it's all of them, are that you need to be GST registered in New Zealand, and you have to have a New Zealand business number. You have fewer than 50 full-time employees. You have to be operating in a commercial environment. So in other words, you have to have a physical business location. You have to be a privately owned business, a Māori trust or incorporation under Te Ture Whenua Māori Act 1993, or a similar organisation managing Māori assets under multiple ownership. So just to note here, it does not apply for charitable trusts and incorporated societies. So these types of organisations are not eligible. However, there are many other avenues that we can connect you with in terms of funding and training. So there's obviously the business mentors. Our business community is very broad. We have a lot of talent out there, and we always know who they are. And if we don't, we know someone that does. So I guess what I'm saying is we've got a massive web of different organizations and businesses and companies and people that we can connect you with to get the help that you need. Some of the, I guess some of the things that we quite often hear is, I haven't heard from the chamber in a while and things like that. We are communicating through our newsletters, through social media, obviously through our networking events. However, it's like with everything, what you put in is what you get out. And as I said, when I started my business, and I, especially when you're on your own and you don't have any staff or business partners, it can be quite lonely, and you don't know what you don't know. So coming along and becoming a member of the chamber is very beneficial to know what you don't know, and then find the right resource to help you grow. But also, as an existing business, sometimes we get complacent. So it's really important that we keep up to date, know what's the latest. Whether you need help with e-commerce, or you need help with I don't understand my account stuff, or we are here to help, and that's really what we do. We connect you to the right resources. I guess that is sort of the big picture of what the Rotorua Business Chamber does, how we do it, what sort of, what you can expect from us. And yeah, that really concludes my presentation for today for you. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.
Awesome. Ngā mihi, Miriam. I appreciate your kōrero today. And I know for sure we're going to have some people come through. I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
How can businesses save money by becoming a member of the Rotorua Business Chamber?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned before, you saw my massive savings slide. Obviously, one of the things that you can save on are, when you need new computers, or you've seen all the different providers there and businesses there that are offering that particular discount. There are massive discounts there. So whether you're in the trade or in the retail sector, or one of your big business expenses is communication or fuel, like we try to cover all these different industry, so everybody gets a little perk. But again, our members to members offers are probably, the biggest ones, because we all need to do business with each other. We all need an accountant, or we all need a banker, we all need. So it's really important that we reach out and just make ourselves familiar of who's available. And also this updates on a regular basis. We have new members coming on board each month who, offer a different industry that perhaps hasn't been so widely spread before, So yeah, that is probably the answer to that question. Yeah.
Awesome. What does the Rotorua Business Chamber do in regard to employment?
Yes. So as I mentioned, we have a Bridges to Work program that we're running currently within the Rotorua Business Chamber. We have 2 delegates within the office that are dealing with us. And so we are coming from a place of advocating for our employers, where quite often it's the other way around. Because we have access to our businesses as their members, that's sort of our easy way in to say, what is it that you need? And from there, we then go out to the market, such as MSD or the different, the different organizations that are dealing directly with the potential employees. And then we try and match this together. So it's a real collaborative approach. Yeah.
Awesome. Another one here. How can the Rotorua Business Chamber help my new or existing business strive and develop?
Again, it's very similar to what I said earlier. It's when you're a new business, the main thing you need to do when you're first starting out is letting people know that you're there, letting people know you exist and what it is that you're doing. So the best way of doing that is either you spend a lot of money on social media, not necessarily a lot of money, but if you understand your way around it. But most importantly, a lot of people relate to, especially locally, when you're in this local area, relate to face-to-face and having a conversation, getting to know you, figure out if they relate to you, figure out if you're the right fit for them. This is really an awesome way for you to connect also to the more established business owners that have been where you are. And the idea is that we try and match you up and say, hey, this is a new business, can you give them some guidance? So we really try informally to do a little bit of mentoring with the businesses that have been through these startup phases and help you and engage you in these conversations of what you can maybe able to do, how you can do things better. In terms of established businesses, we really give you the opportunity to one, to upskill and keep your finger on the pulse. Like we often see established businesses, if you're not necessarily in that space of social media all the time and things like that, you've got to make sure you stay on top of the game. Otherwise your competitors will do that for you. So it's our job to really educate you on what are the latest trends, how can you access that perhaps with funding. We also, can partner you up with Callan Innovation, which helps people in particular in the innovation sector to grow your business. We connect you because you have the startup phase and then you've got the phase where you sort of need to level up to get to the next point. And quite often we try that and then we sort of slip back to it. So our job is really to keep you there and then just build up from there. So that's essentially how we can help you there.
Fantastic.
Awesome, thank you. I appreciate that. And I guess just the little plug there, working alongside the Chamber and yourself through Connected and through MSD has been an awesome relationship. So I appreciate all the mahi you do, especially for our whānau that are coming through for the self-employment assistance. I know that they're getting the best help they can get. So again, Nami, thank you for the help that you do in that space.
Oh, kia ora. It was a pleasure to be here today, and thanks for letting me share this.
Yeah, if I can just add my thanks there to Gino's as well, Miriam. Brilliant work that you guys are doing there, supporting the businesses and employees as well. I guess we're working with MSD and Connected. Wonderful. We do actually have the MSD team coming on tomorrow to have a chat to us about their products and services that are supporting businesses. So there'll be collaboration there. But yeah, just want to really thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's been a pleasure to host you and wonderful work that the Chamber is doing. So thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Just a quick plug for Connected there if you do need any direction or if you would like help starting your conversations with the Chamber or any other organisations that have joined us in the conference. There are 3 locations in the Bay for the Connected team that will be able to support you with that. Digital Boost is here to help small businesses on their digital transformation journey. So we will be presenting in the final session of the conference tomorrow afternoon. If you'd like a little bit more of an in-depth look at our platform, please join me tomorrow afternoon. Other than that, I am conscious we've gone 1 minute over, so my apologies for that. Thank you so much for your perseverance and joining us this afternoon. We will be hearing from some economic development agencies this afternoon, so please join us for those sessions if you'd like to hear about that. Other than that, I do wish you all a wonderful afternoon and thanks again. See you, everybody.
Kia kite.